Look at this trader. Now, look back at the others. What is the real difference? It is not their $10,000 monitor. It is not a secret indicator. It is not a faster internet connection. The difference is the wiring. The difference is that this trader is no longer a victim of their primal brain. They have become its master. Welcome to Part 3, the blueprint. In Part 1, we exposed the great mismatch, the amygdala hijacked that makes your primal brain designed to lose. In Part 2, we unmasked the 5 specific weapons it uses: the blind gladiator, the stampeding herd, the biased detective, the programs that destroy your account. We have moved from diagnosis to cure. We have exposed the enemy. Today, we teach you how to win the war. If you try to fight your primal brain, you will lose every time. It is millions of years old. It is faster, stronger, and has more control over your body than your logical mind ever will. You cannot kill the amygdala. You cannot erase the code. Trying to stop your fear or your greed is like trying to stop a tidal wave with your bare hands. But you can do something far more powerful. You can rewire it. The hero of our story today is not a strategy. It's a biological concept called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to reorganize itself, to form new neural connections, to physically change its own structure based on your thoughts and actions. Think of your primal instincts, your fear, your greed, your FOMO, as massive, deep canyons carved into your brain by millions of years of evolution. When a signal, a market drop, comes, the water always flows through that canyon. You can't stop it. But with neuroplasticity, you can dig a new riverbed. You can build a new pathway for that signal to follow. A pathway of logic, a pathway of discipline, a pathway of patience. The first time, it's like digging in hard soil with a shovel. It's difficult. The water barely trickles through, but you do it again and again. The path gets wider, deeper, easier. Eventually, this new logical pathway becomes the default. It becomes the path of least resistance. The old canyon of fear grows over, unused. That is how you rewire your brain, not by fighting the old, but by building the new. Today, we give you the 3 master tools to start digging.
Tool number 1, the neuro brake, calming the amygdala. The amygdala hijack is a problem of speed. Your panic button, the amygdala, reacts in 15 milliseconds. Your CEO, the prefrontal cortex, doesn't even get the memo for 500 milliseconds. We need to install a braking system. The first tool is mindfulness, or what I call the strategic pause. This is not a mystical practice. This is a neurological workout. When you practice mindfulness, even just 5 minutes of focused breathing before your trading session, you are doing something profound. Scientific studies show this practice physically thickens the gray matter in your prefrontal cortex. It literally makes your CEO stronger. Simultaneously, it weakens the direct hair-trigger connection from the amygdala. You are upgrading the brakes. So, when the red candle hits and the amygdala screams, "Sell," this new, stronger PFC can now step in and say, "I see you. I feel the fear, but I am in control." You have created a space between the impulse and the action. In that space lies your entire career. The second tool is the if-then protocol. This is how you pre-program your logical response so you don't have to think in a moment of panic. You just execute the plan. You write it down physically. If I lose 2 trades in a row, then I close the platform and go for a 15-minute walk, no exceptions. If I feel the urge to chase a trade, FOMO, then I must state my original plan for the day out loud to myself. If I am in a winning trade and want to cut it short, then I must review my 3 reasons for entering the trade. The first time you do this, it will feel unnatural, but you are literally building that new neural pathway. You are digging that new riverbed. 100 times you do it, it's not discipline anymore, it's automatic. You have built a new positive habit loop that overrides the primal one. You have automated your own discipline.
Tool number 2, the dopamine hack, mastering the reward loop. This is for the digital slot machine, overtrading, and the stampeding herd, FOMO. This is for the addiction. As we learned, you're addicted to the anticipation of the win, not the win itself. We must break this loop. The solution? You must shift the reward. You must consciously rewire your brain to stop getting a dopamine hit from winning money and start getting it from perfectly executing your process. Be a professional sniper, not a desperate gambler. The gambler gets his high from the slot machine spinning. The sniper gets his high from the perfect execution of the breath, the squeeze, and the math. The hit is just the byproduct of a flawless process. From now on, your only goal is to follow your trading plan perfectly. Create a checklist for every trade. Did I check the higher time frame? Is the risk reward at least 2 to 1? Did I enter at my pre-planned level? Did I stick to my stop loss without moving it? At the end of the day, you review your checklist. If you checked yes to all, you give yourself the reward. You won, even if that trade lost money. And if you broke your rules and won money, you lost. You failed. You write it down as a failure. This is the hardest mental shift in trading. But when you do this, you break the addiction. You are no longer a slave to the market's random rewards. You are in control of your own reward system.
Tool number 3, the CEO's armor, building the prefrontal cortex. Your CEO, the PFC, is the final line of defense. It's the part that analyzes, plans, and stops the biased detective. We must make it stronger. The first tool is the cognitive journal. I am not talking about a logbook of buy, sell at $10. I am talking about a psychological journal. After every single trade, you must answer these 3 questions. 1. What was my logical reason for this trade? My plan, my setup. 2. What did I feel right before, during, and after? Anxious, greedy, bored, confident, angry? Did my feeling or my logic make the final decision? This is not for self-pity. This is for data collection. You are forcing your CEO, the PFC, to look back and objectively analyze the behavior of your panic button, the amygdala. The amygdala hates this. It hates being exposed. You are training your CEO to see the patterns. Ah, I see. Every time I trade Bitcoin after 10 p.m., I am trading emotionally. You are turning your subjective, messy feelings into objective, actionable data. The CEO gets smarter, the panic button gets less and less control. And finally, the most important tool of all. This is the CEO's master plan. It is risk management as emotional armor. Why is the 1% rule the holy grail of trading? Is it because of the math? No. It is because of the neuroscience. Remember, the amygdala hijack only happens when your brain perceives a survival threat. Risking 50% of your account on one trade is a survival threat. Your amygdala will hijack you. You will panic. You are guaranteed to fail. Risking 1% of your account is not a survival threat. It's an inconvenience. It's a data point. It's the cost of doing business. When you risk 1%, the loss is so small, so insignificant, that the amygdala doesn't even wake up. It never sees the lion. It never hits the panic button. It lets the CEO stay in the driver's seat, calmly analyze the small loss, and move to the next logical setup.
Risk management is not about protecting your money. It is about protecting your mind. It is the ultimate neurohack that makes every other tool we discussed possible. We began this journey as victims of a 100,000-year-old primal OS, Part 1. We identified the 5 weapons it uses to keep us trapped in a loop of failure, Part 2. And today, we have built the blueprint for our liberation, Part 3. The best trading strategy in the world is useless if the operator is hijacked. The market is not a battlefield of strategies. It is a battlefield of minds. Your true edge is not in the charts. It is in the 3 pounds of wiring between your ears. Stop trading the market. Start mastering your mind.
This is the end of our series, but it is the beginning of your real work. Information is not transformation, only action is. So I want you to make a public commitment, not to me, but to yourself. This is your first act of building that new neural pathway. In the comments below, I want you to type 2 words, I commit. And after those words, share the one tool, the one new habit from this video that you will start using this week. Will it be the 5-minute strategic pause? Will it be the if-then protocol? Will it be the emotional journal? Type I commit and tell us your first step. Let's build this new wiring together. Trade smart, stay disciplined, and we will see you on the other side.